back.
None of this is close.
20 feet back.
I'm way more than 20 feet.
I'm saying 20 feet back from here. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up.
I'm more than 20
back up,
feet.
back up. If you say anything and you interfere, I am arresting you. I just want to be clear. We are conducting an investigation and you will not interfere or I will arrest you. I've made myself clear. You will not interfere.
I will talk.
I will talk.
Did I make myself clear? I will talk. All I fucking want.
You're under arrest.
Oh my god.
I will talk. Did I make myself clear? Bro, I love that shit. You know, I love that shit.
I haven't really got a chance to watch this video yet, so it's funny for me too because I didn't know like what Four Corners was getting on his video. You never know. But I have a video too, but nobody's seen that yet. But that I thought that was funny. Yeah, I'm not gonna not talk.
Right.
What's up?
Brian Johnson, thank you as well. Brian Johnson is in the chat and he made a video of him calling. So thank you, Brian Johnson. Everybody that kind of put in the
Yes,
effort.
you did. I saw the phone call. Thank you. Well, the outpouring of support from the community has blown me away. Like, I'm seriously in awe.
Right? Yeah. No doubt, bro. Your favorite cop watcher's favorite cop watcher. Everybody came together. And it's glad to see you out here. Let's watch the arrest really quick, and then we're going to pause. And I have a couple questions for you. So let's check this out.
You are under arrest. Put your hands behind your back.
Free speech, yo. It did nothing but film.
All right. I'm going to pause it there really quick. And I wrote
It's
down
about
some
to get really fun.
questions for people, right? I wrote a couple questions down. First of all, how are you? How's your health?
I'm wonderful. My health, I mean, I'm strong as ever been, right? No worries here. I've done much longer than this. I've gone 34 days without eating. I went 9 days this time. But I know, I'm fine. I did have to tighten my belt. 2 notches. I had to put another hole in my belt, literally, right? But that's fine. I had weight to burn.
So you went how many days without eating?
9 days.
9 days without eating. And you had to tighten your belt. You had to make another hole for your belt, right?
Yeah. Yeah. With a pair of scissors, yeah.
Wow.
Just
Okay.
poke through the hole. It's that easy, That easy. That's the way I look at it. Is they're just another hole in my belt,
They're just another hole in my belt. That's one way to look at it. Right? Just another hole in my
Well, some
belt.
people make holes, right? When you press harder, you make holes in your belt. Okay, not quote it. You heard it here first.
No shit, huh? No shit. So I guess let me
Did you
ask.
get the text?
What was that?
Did you get the text I just sent you?
Let me see. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, I'm trying to send because we have the narrative that all these police officers wrote. Isn't that crazy?
Let me ask you. Let me ask you really quick. Do you believe the arresting officer or possible kidnapper was unreasonable?
Oh yeah, absolutely. When you're talking about don't say another word, like that's totally unreasonable, right? Like, I mean, there's no reason to justify trying to stop somebody from talking, right? That's too far into shit, you know. I mean, if there's a crime scene, like, I don't want to be in a crime scene, right? That was not a crime scene, but in the instant, I will give a police officer deference if they're going to say this is a crime scene, but we have a problem when it's not articulated, right? But I mean, you see, I did move back, right? But I'm giving them shit at the same time. But I'm not going to not talk. That's crazy.
Right. I believe so too, man. And like I say, I love the way you answered this. I want to hear this again really quick, the way you responded, because in reality, it's not disrespectful. I don't even believe you were being disrespectful. What I believe you were doing was being free. And he doesn't like his presumed authority to be challenged, so he wanted to turn it into unbridled power. I want to hear that again, because honestly, I love your response, man. And I say this to everybody. I say it all the time. I love the way you talk to cops. It's unique and it's fucking brilliant.
Did I make myself clear?
Did I make myself clear?
I've made myself clear. You will not interfere.
I will talk.
I will talk.
Did I make myself clear?
Did I make myself clear?
Talk all I fucking want.
I will talk
You're under
all I
arrest.
fucking want. Bro, that shit is badass. Look at this fool. Look at this fool mad. Look at this fool, the mad walk. We're gonna go fucking
Yeah.
arrest
Oh, he
him.
was very mad.
He's
Yeah,
mad,
he was very mad.
right?
Yeah, I think it's also a case of Captain Save-A-Ho going on, because there was that bitch that was nothing but a thumbnail, right? And sometimes these blue babies, they really love to go get wrapped up in a ponytail, right? They freaking love it,
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, these ponytail cops at the detention center, I mean, they weren't doing shit. And every single time they had like one ponytail cop, and then one cop that was not a ponytail cop. And it's really like sending one and a third cops when you're talking about lifting somebody. I mean, there's just some things that are gonna have to get faced, right? Like reality, A 90-pound girl is not picking me up. It's not happening. Okay.
You believe
Not
that?
happening.
You believe that females or women should be allowed to be cops or not?
I mean, nobody should be allowed to be a cop.
Oh shit!
You can't have cops, because cops, we'd love to have cops if they were solving crime, but look, they didn't arrest anybody there for committing a crime, okay? They had a possible kidnapping, supposedly. Nobody got arrested that night except me, right?
Yep.
So, see, they don't care about crimes. Like, you wish they would solve crimes, yeah, in your dreams.
Right.
But that is not where we're at in this country, right? So, you're just going to have to face the fact that that's a pipe dream. Okay? You're not getting cops to solve crimes, no matter what. They're going to enforce their feelings, and that's all there is to it. So there's no point to it.
You got some pretty good philosophies, man. One of the things I like talking to you is to hear your mind, man. Let's talk about The Fall. All right. First of all, let's watch The Fall, and I want to talk about The Fall. This is something that.
Well, I would call them tipping me over here. Like, I didn't just fall. I don't do a flop, right? But he's trying to move me.
Right.
Like pulling my arms, thinking that like my feet are gonna slide on the ground. I don't know. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, joints can make sense. They don't just drag by pushing somebody at the top. It's called balance, And you can't like take a refrigerator, push at the top of it, and expect it to slide at the bottom. It's not gonna work. You have to
Right.
push from the bottom,
Right.
right? And feet don't slide on grass. Okay, they don't. right? Like we have traction. It's the way our feet are made.
Bro,
It's
my
biology.
my apologies, because you're right. That makes total fucking sense. It wasn't a fall. He tried to take you and try to drag you, and he expects you to just, like you said, your feet to slide under you. I mean, it's not
Right.
funny, but you put it in a light that's kind of funny, but it ain't funny, right?
But it's not funny at the same time, right? I mean, you said this on your live stream, and I did see it. It's funny, and it's not funny, because
Right.
it's not funny, the situation we're in this country. But you've got to be able to laugh at these things too, right? Like, if you're going to go out and be a cop, you have to expect to get injured at some point. If
Right.
you're going to go out and fraud it, if you're going to go out and film cops on an everyday basis, one of them is going to kidnap you. It's going to happen. You just have got to take these things, and press on, press harder. Don't dwell on it, right? Don't let it get to you. You've got to, expect these things, right? If you drive all the time, you're probably going to get a car accident again,
Yep.
right? If you're an electrician, you're going to get shot,
Very true, man. I was talking to you earlier, and I mentioned that, right? And what if everybody did that? Is that considered resisting arrest? Because a lot of times cops pull you, and they expect you to go a certain way, and if you don't go, they consider that resisting arrest. You think that should be looked at closer?
Well, it's not resisting. Otto the Watchdog, has really done a good job of like putting together the case laws on that. It's not resisting arrest, and he has a video deposing the cop. That it's just so silly. It's amazing, like the shit that they come up with to try and justify their actions. But it's not applying force, okay, to fall, right? But like now, Otto the Watchdog was found not guilty of resisting, right? But he did do a flop, okay? They didn't pull him; he just did a flop, right? I'm not saying that you can't do that. I'm not saying that obstructing, but like if a police officer says to you to put your arms behind your back and you fall on your arms instead, right, and prevent him from getting your arms, then you are kind of doing something to prevent him from making that arrest, right? But I don't do that, and I'm not saying that's a crime. Yeah, it's not a crime. Okay, it's not a crime. But I would recommend not stopping them from doing anything. But if they're gonna pull you, pulling you does not make your feet work. You make your feet work. They don't. All right, they cannot order you to make your feet move. Right? There's no possible way to do it. They will order you, and if you follow, then that works for them. But they need you to do it, right? Otherwise, they're gonna have to carry you, right? And so when they pull you, then what are you gonna do? This? I would say no. Just let them. You're gonna fall, right? Whichever way they pull you, right? But I want to be very clear. Otto the Watchdog did not commit a crime. He was found not guilty. But still, I think that instead of doing the flop right away, I would just wait until they moved you in a way that you can't stand up.
Right.
Right, and you're going to fall.
Right.
But I wouldn't recommend that anybody fall. It's dangerous and shit. You're going to hurt your body, okay? I will sacrifice my body, but, I'm not saying anybody should do that. Go ahead.
What if everybody did that? Would it change something? Do you think it's like they would look at it closer?
Yeah. Well, it would definitely jam up the system big time. When it takes 5 officers to do something that they can usually do with 1, obviously that, makes a big difference, right? When you do it at the jail, it has immense effect, right? Because they do not have a system to deal with that many rabble rousers, right? And I like to use that phrase because now I get to shout out the other gravel route, right? But they can't deal with it, right? Like they only had one room that didn't have a sink or a bathroom, right? And they had me in it, which means that entire place now, nobody else could go in that room. And I'm glad for that, right? Because nobody else could handle that room, right? But that room ain't shit to me, bro. They better try a little harder next time. That room ain't shit to me.
That leads to my next question. What you went through. We did talk about the jail a little bit, and but was it hell on earth what you went through? Regarding the amount of time you were handcuffed, they were demanding your name, your identification, and they left you handcuffed for how long?
I was handcuffed to a chair in the booking room for 48 hours.
48 hours handcuffed to a chair in the booking room.
Yeah.
And when you told me that earlier, I told myself, yo, that sounds like fucking nothing short of torture. And you
It
said,
would be if you
right? I mean, that is,
for most peeps, that's definitely going to be torture.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, obviously you survived. You've never died, as you say. But that doesn't sound legal to me in reality.
Legal schmeagle. They're going to do what they're going to do. Okay? They do this shit all the time. Like it's real easy to say, oh, they have to do this, they have to do that. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want. Right. Yeah. And even if you want to get some recourse or whatever, first you got to get, out of the situation. Right. But in the instant, when it's happening, like they're going to do shit, and they do shit. They're supposed to take you before a magistrate immediately, but they don't. They never take anybody. Maybe that same day, maybe in some places, but generally the next day, right? But me, it wasn't until, I never saw a judge, right? They didn't have any mirrors in my case, but for a citizen, right? All jokes aside, you should see a judge by the next day as long as it's a weekday, but they're going to do whatever they freaking want, right? And they will write it down in a way to make it seem like they didn't break the law.
Was it worth it?
Hell yeah. If I would have known that Utah Cop Watch and Cliff Williams were going to come to New Mexico and meet Four Corners, I would have been there waiting with cuffs earlier. I would have been like, come on. Let's get this party rolling and shit. Like, no, this is exactly what the doctor ordered, right? They asked for it, they got it, and I never expected the community. I always try to do everything myself. I have a certain way of handling things, right? And I know that I'm fine in there, right? I've never died, but I do believe that I always have what I need, and the community really stepped up and came together, and I don't know if it was for me or whatever, but I must have needed it, right? And it worked, right? They gave up. I didn't. They had a listed demand. I said fuck no. I didn't say shit, but they capitulated, right? So they're losers, bro. Big time in this whole scenario.
One of the reasons I like talking to you is because you seem to carry a lot of philosophy with you. One time I asked you, well, why do you, like to go by people and you don't use, your name or a name? You're like, well, there's only 3 reasons why people use names. And what you told me stuck with me. And now I tell it to everyone. And those 3 reasons were you can come when someone calls you, or someone can talk behind your back, or to own something. It's the only reason reasons why someone would have a name. And since you told me that, I can't forget, man. And it's like, okay, for a long time since I've been working on my channel, I kind of have said this before, as far as like I'm just one of the people, because first of all, I don't feel like I'm anyone special. I don't believe that, that anyone should look at me as a hero or anyone special, because I'm just one of the people, and everyone should, have the idea that they're one of the people. But talking to you and getting to kind of know your philosophy, I'm like, damn, this is pretty wild, as far as like understanding certain things. And I think you have a great way about you. And it's fearless.
Like Tony, great. Sorry to interrupt you. Good.
So,
Thank you.
what do you got anything else to say, man? You want to talk to the community, the people? Obviously, I think you appreciate the people getting together for you. Got anything else to say to the people?
Well, okay, first of all, I gotta do some thank yous, I mean, Stan the Man, El Presidente, right, has been there since day one, and, that's why we're live now, and so I gotta thank you, People School, everybody in People School, Lion One, Broken System, Broken Trust, Real Jingy, Rochelle H., and in the Perseum, we got Westside Accountability and Brandon Mitchell, and now Four Corners Fist in the Air, right? And there's so many more outside of those circles, right? Like, and I don't want to forget anybody, okay? But a lot of people did videos, and it really touched my heart, right? And I mean, James Freeman, Utah Cop Watch, Cliff Williams, Brian Johnson, you said, right? I did see that phone call. Rogue Nation. I mean, I know there are so many videos. Like all day, I've just been trying to watch these videos, going, "Wow, another one!" Right? And like even the trolls too. I'm like, "Yeah, they're getting some," and their comments are like, on my side, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like they fucked up. They fucked up. When the trolls are like, "Oh, this isn't good," they arrested it for free speech. Like this isn't good. You know what I mean? They really stepped in it, right? But I got to thank them. And
Cliff Williams
I don't think
as well.
ending.
Cliff Williams, right?
Cliff Williams really impressed me. He apparently got his cop watching cherry broken with Four Corners and them while he was out here too. Not the audit, but like the cop watch as well, right? And that was his first one, and apparently he loves it. And hell yeah, I would have done it just for that, right? It's like, see, they thought they were just messing with me, but then when they do that, it plants more seeds, right? And it just makes it worse on themselves. They keep digging a hole, and a donut hole, and falling in it, right? And then trying to cover it up with sprinkles before they even climb out of the hole. You got to get out of the hole before you can cover it up. Otherwise, you just get buried. And that's what's happening. They're getting buried.
And
Yeah. I mean, when you go ahead.
I was going to say the same thing. I personally want to thank everybody that came together as well. I think you guys immediately, everybody started trying to get a hold of each other and talk to each other and try to figure out how we can help. People made phone calls, and just shout out to Four Corner Fists in the Air. You went out of your way a lot. Utah Cop Watch, Cliff, and everybody.
Excuse me. I'm saying that wrong. Pasoe? Pasoe.
Press for
She
transparency.
came out, pressed for transparency.
Right. Press for transparency as well.
He couldn't be here, but he was paying attention. There's the list goes on and on. My heart is really touched. I've never had this kind of experience, right? Where everybody, I mean, I'm usually like, don't tell anybody. And the man knows, like, he knows. He's like, we don't need to tell anybody and shit. Like, he's gonna handle this.
Right.
They're fucked. But this time they did need, I guess, all these calls. And I got it, and I appreciate it. I love everyone.
Before I end this, I do want to say that also I think one of the things that I think obviously the community, the 1A community, people learning the Constitution, approaching this government accountability, we're still in the infancy stages of it all. We're trying to understand what our rights are, how to apply them out there in the field, ask questions, hold government accountable. We're learning how to do records requests. We're learning how to do go into the city council meetings and speak. I believe that we're using the age of information to, grow a community and build knowledge and understanding, how to help people. And we're slowly learning, right? But I think we're onto something really, really important and powerful and impactful. And we have a great community. And I'm just happy to see everyone come together and see what they can do to help out. And that's what we should all do throughout the nation when shit like this happens. Put them on fucking blast, put them on notice, and let them know that we care. We demand accountability and transparency. What we keep seeing over and over again in politics and government is that they want more power and less accountability. And that's not a system that works. So that's my final thoughts. Let's keep it going and continue to educate ourselves and learn some of this shit. And I'm glad you're out and I'm glad you're okay. So.
Well, if you do need to end, that's fine. But if you're not in a hurry, we should take a look at the Four Corners live stream with Utah Cop Watch and Cliff Williams and Mile High Audit came down from Denver. Oh yeah, I forgot him. Mile High Audit
Channel community.
But it's on Four Corners channel. But what is it? Mile High Community.
My Heart Community Channel.
Community channel. Yeah.
Is it?
He's out of Pueblo, I think.
But
Is it this one right here?
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
that's the one. Right?
correct.
Yes,
Okay, let's
that was Four
check.
Corners. Everybody.
Yeah,
Business committee.
we'll watch some of it.
Yeah, but you can skip forward a little bit to when they go in. When
Okay,
they
so
go in, because Utah Cop Watch asks amazing questions.
yeah,
Okay, but one of them we do have to address, right? Because it could be a real problem, right? And that's the issue of bail, right? Under no circumstances can you ever try and bail me out, right? That is a no-go. I'm not going to go to court. If they want me to go to court, they got to take me to court. If you give them money, you're giving them money, okay? Do not give them money and think that you're doing me a favor. You're not. You're doing them a favor, right? We don't give the government money for people, okay? But
word.
citizens can bail themselves out. That's fine, but not me, right? Don't try that, okay?
You guys hear that? Let me make that clear. If he goes to jail, don't bail him out because you're just gonna give them money. He's not gonna go to court. They have to drag him in there the same way they just fucking did, right to jail. So you guys heard it. All right, let's check this out.
Yes, how are you guys? So, we want to know
We pause it right there.
the information about one of your.
Pause it. You said?
Yeah, just because, okay, if we look where they are, okay, if you look through that glass and you look to the right, you see that door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm one door over to the left from that door. I'm in that room, right? Now, I don't know any of this is going on, but I'm just kind of setting the scene of how this place is set up, right? And I'm actually right fucking there. You know what I mean? And all this is going on. It's like amazing. They didn't let me know. They did a very good job of not letting me know that any of these calls or any of this pressure was coming in from the outside, but I knew it was. I knew it was because it was live, and I'm like, there's no way they're not hearing about this. Right? But I didn't expect this to be going on. But go ahead.
Could you see them and hear
Now
them?
let's hear this. No. I had no idea. I mean, I'm in my own world, you know.
Inmates here that it goes by
All right.
John Doe and people.
And what would you like to know?
What is his status? Is he okay? What is his health?
Due to HIPAA regulations, we cannot tell you anything about his health.
Okay, is he alive?
Yes.
Is he eating?
Again, HIPAA regulations.
Eating is HIPAA?
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
medical.
The
If you
anger.
want to pause that, okay, we can deal with that. I will never eat in jail. Okay, so if I get arrested, you can know, if you trust me, that I'm not eating. Okay, it ain't happening.
Right. And Angry Vet saying that that's bad advice because you can't fight your fight effectively from jail. But Angry Vet, this is not advice for everybody else to do the exact same thing that this man is willing to do. What we are talking about here and addressing is what this man did. So this is not legal advice for anybody. We're just watching and paying attention to what he did. Because not everybody is willing to do this. This man is willing to do what not very many people are willing to do. And so I think that's important to understand. And I guess a disclaimer, right? So, yeah. Let's keep watching.
Yeah,
Is he drinking water?
yeah.
I cannot tell you that.
Okay. Are you?
I also want to include that I say that as well. A lot of times when we get arrested for being out there, it's so fucking petty. I've told my wife, do not bail me out if I go to jail on some dumb shit like this, because I'll be out in a day or two. And I'm not afraid to sit there in jail. Like, I'll be chopping it up with people. Don't bail me out. So my advice is to my wife to not bail me out. You guys want to bail yourselves out and rile up, or maybe not rile up, but round up the community to bail you out? Go ahead, I get it. But I don't mind sitting in jail for a day or two, if that makes sense. Personally, me, right? So, does that make sense to you, people?
Yeah, that makes absolute sense, you know. I mean, it just depends on who you are, like, have a plan. Obviously, when things hit YouTube, it takes its own course, you know. But, like, even if you're a troll and you think that, like, you're going to, and, like, putting money on books, oh, my goodness. Definitely you can't do that, right? Because there's no way I can access that, okay? And I'm never going to be able to get it back or get it. Right, so all it's going to do is sit in this account that the government can't spend. If you're a troll and you think you're going to give money to them, you're not, because they don't get to spend it. They just have to hold it forever now. And I can't use it because I don't have a name, and so I'm not going to use a name. I'm not going to try and access that. I'm not going to try and buy comics. I'm fucked up and shit. I ain't buying some of their shit.
We have an incident that happened in Bakersfield where that actually happened. What happened in Bakersfield when they took you in? They didn't give you the money that I had just given you, right?
Right, you could just give me $500, right, in my back pocket, you know, and they stole it, right? And you know, I'm not gonna go chase down money, right?
Right.
I'm gonna press hard, press now, right?
Yep. Yeah, they'll keep
You know,
your
I
shit.
never thought of getting it.
They will keep your
Right.
shit. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't. When they've arrested me for bullshit, petty ass shit, don't bail me out. I'll be out in a day or two. The next day. So.
Yeah, you'll be out a lot faster going through the process, but then you still have to deal with it.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
you can deal with things right then and there, like I do, or you can take your time and go through the process. Right,
Right,
the
right.
choice is yours. I'm not recommending my way, but it is my way, and you know, you shouldn't have a problem with me doing me, right? I don't have a problem with you doing me, but
Angry Vet says, you don't need to take the ride to hold them accountable. Play harder, play smarter, not harder. But I don't think that you were, trying to push that issue, right? Like, they asked you to move back, you moved back, but then they told you not to talk, and at that point it was unreasonable. So it's not like you were trying to take the ride. I don't see you trying to take the ride on that one, like, in any way, right?
no, but I knew I was going to once he made that ultimatum, but I can't refuse that. I mean, there's just sometimes when you just have to step up and be like, all right, just like if you're a homicide detective and you want to catch a serial killer, you got to let him kill you,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can catch him, right? And when you find that tyrant, you got to prove it. Like, I don't believe in thought crimes. Okay, until they do it, they haven't done shit.
Right.
Right.
And I think it's important to point that out too. So thanks, Angry Vet. I mean, disclaimers are important, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah. But let's go ahead and watch this clip really quick. I think it's important. I want to hear the questions that he's asking.
Guys feeding
Yes,
him.
great questions. And then Cliff Williams fucking comes through like, whoa.
No shit.
Go ahead.
All right.
But are you guys physically feeding him?
We feed everyone.
Okay. What else? Has he been to court?
Yes.
Yes. When was court?
What?
What was the court date? When was it? Was it yesterday?
He did go on.
Ask her for this video court or in person.
No, she'll be here tomorrow. Did you not hear my, just so not hear me dismissed today?
It looks like he went yesterday.
Okay. And do you know what the status on that?
You'll have to call the Farmington Municipal on that.
Okay. And then also what was my next question? Do you know if there's a bond or anything like that?
No, there is not.
No bonds. Okay. And let's see. Was there a recording on the court?
TNT wants to know, what about visitations? What are your opinions on that?
You can't visit me, okay? There's things that are going on in there, right? Like, I don't answer to names, okay? They're not going to pick me up and carry me to a visit, right? In order to visit somebody in jail, you have to, one, go and set up an account, and then two, the one that you're visiting has to care. They have to know, right? They have to say, oh, put you on a visitor's list. It's going to require a phone call that I can't get, okay? If things are different when you don't cooperate. Okay, I know you think you're going to get a phone call. I don't get phone calls. Okay, not without asking, and I don't ask for anything, right? And if you ask for something, then they're not going to give it to you if you're not giving them every single thing they want, right? And I'm not going to give them anything they want. So guaranteed, I'm not getting a phone call. I've never got one. They made sure to keep me far from phones, right? No way to touch a phone. Not that I'm not going to make phone calls and on a recorded line or anything. There's no visiting me. Okay, that's not possible, right? It's a different situation,
No doubt. Thank you for answering that.
Yeah. And even when you're in jail, you don't get visits until you're like been there for a minute. Like, you're not going to just walk in and get a visit in a couple days.
True.
That never happens.
Very true.
Okay. And then
But a good question.
what are his
Good
charges?
Scurry in the back. Scurry, Cody.
Why is it not being released again?
I'm Cliff. It's a shame. We're trying to make the world a better place.
Concealing
All
ID
this is sovereign citizen.
and 2 charges of resisting or obstructing an officer.
Okay. And is he obligated to give his name if he hasn't committed a crime?
Now, again, it'll be up to the court and what the judge decides.
Okay. So what is the reason why he's not being released
I do not know. You'll have to find out from the judge.
from the judge? So what judge is it?
All I can say is Farmington Municipal.
And who's the prosecutor?
We don't keep track of that. We don't know.
You don't know who the prosecutor is? Let's see, what else I have?
And we don't keep track of his attorney either. So we don't know that either.
You don't keep track of what?
Who his attorney is.
Okay, and can we see him?
No, all our visits are done online through gettingout.com. So you would have to go to that website, create an account, and follow the directions from there.
Okay. Let's see, what else? And can I get your name?
Jennifer,
Jennifer, and you are the clerk here, or what are,
I'm a records tech.
record text? Okay, do you have a supervisor?
I do.
Well, here right now, they can come out and talk to us?
I don't know. Let me see if I can find it for
Okay,
you.
sounds good, thank you.
You have a booking number, right?
No, we can't release booking numbers.
They gave us one yesterday. I'll put it in the comment section. They gave it to us yesterday. So she's lying.
So you already.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they call us the sovereign citizens.
Yeah, she lied.
Called us.
No, I'm just
Remember-
in general, that's what they call us.
They gave us a booking number
Sovereign
yesterday, remember?
citizens, man.
So she's lying. She said
Here
she
we
can't do
go,
it.
here, let's give a peace sign to the camera.
It
It was Utah.
It was
Cat
the,
watch.
oh, they gave us an inmate number, right?
There's a booking number. Is what it is.
guy-
In order to put money on his books.
Those are one and the same, booking and inmate number?
It should be, yeah.
I'm gonna ask that.
Here's a
There's
Mile
quite a
High
few people
Community
in there,
Channel.
they scurried away.
Just inform me that booking number too.
Four Corners?
Just go to Four Corners, it'll
No.
be, or Four Corners.
Yeah, was that the booking number?
Yeah, would you forward that to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you the, I know I have it.
He's got it in, Cliff's got it.
Right.
Check on posing the other. Sad in there.
Four Corners? Four Corners? You mean Four Corners?
She's telling us what number to call? Or, Four Corners, sorry about that. She's telling us what number to call if they want to put money on his commissary.
Okay.
Number would be 1-866-345-1884.
Please repeat that again one more time.
1-866-345-1884.
Okay.
I like this comment from River NorCal. Like a broken vending machine after you put your money in. That's what government's like, huh?
That is a great analogy. That's exactly what it is, Michelle. I can picture you trying to hit the glass for the chips to fall. They're not going to fall. It's all a scam. Chips never fall.
Thank you.
Number to call.
Did everybody hear that?
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I've got it down here on my
They
phone.
know we're here.
1-866-345-1884.
So
What's up, Wanda Mice?
866,
This is authorized personnel.
345,
1884.
1884.
Right.
Figure that one out, folks?
345, right? 18, okay. Perfect. You guys can do it for John Doe. He's the only John Doe in the facility right now.
My sergeant will be with you in just a moment.
Okay, I actually, one of the other guys, the one that was, with that, do you still need to speak to a sergeant?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay,
And then,
coming.
okay, so my
Is
question,
Sergeant Thompson available?
No.
Okay. Any sergeant will do
my
that.
question, my last question, hopefully, is the booking number and inmate number the same thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
I
'Cause
can give you his inmate number.
okay, we got the inmate number.
Yeah, I cannot give you his.
So to put money on his jacket,
You just need the number.
then which will be the inmate number?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's all the different ways you can put money on his books.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Here's I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. you can see it. There's information for the
To put
commissary.
What's up,
Look
King
at my hand
George?
is shaking too. Can you get
You
it?
guys are developing my tremors.
They got it, yeah.
So yeah, I was talking about that. We can't do that. No more of that, right?
No more of that.
putting money.
Yeah, that's my handshake.
I don't know if
Question,
any
what's your name?
like that. But if they did, it just went into a black hole that's never going to be seen.
Let's see.
Jennifer?
Hi, Jennifer. My name's Cliff. I would like to do a public records request.
Okay, any records you can go through this.
Yeah, I can also do it here.
No.
Yeah,
just
according to
through
the
that.
ADA,
I've been in.
I can do it
sessions to
verbally.
that.
I have to do it verbally. I cannot write or type. So you have to make special exceptions for me.
I don't know. You can ask the sergeant about that.
Well, right now I'd like to do a public records request, and I'm being denied.
Find that out. They scurry when they see.
Like a FOIA?
I can't hear you.
A FOIA request?
Yes.
Public records request? You guys have a-
And I can't write or type, so I can't get onto the website.
Go to that website.
I can't.
I can ask and see if maybe we can get you a paper or something.
Yeah, somebody needs to write it down for me.
I know we don't like, just offhand have like a paper form of
Then
it.
you would be in violation of the ADA Title II, if you don't take my public request verbally.
I can listen to it for sure.
Dude, he is
Can you
in
write
the
it down?
ass right now.
Okay, can you come out here so I can hear you?
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it.
You wanna come over here real quick where it's a little less?
Sure.
Now, David, all these charges that you got, all these charges that you got, they're all secondary charges.
Can I get maybe a name for you?
Yeah, I go by the vigilante.
To get,
The vigilante?
to get
Yes.
this, to get, so the charges that he got right now,
God, these
they're
people
all
are happy to see
secondary
this.
charges.
Look at that smile on that guy.
What else do you need?
Secondary,
What's your name?
secondary charges.
You said you have a complaint?
No, not a complaint. I want to do a public records request.
Let me see if I can get you a form first of all.
I can't fill out a form, so the fact is, yeah, if there's a form that you want to fill out for me, that would be fine.
Do you have an address? An address?
Yeah, an email address.
What's your email?
It's the Vigilance Committee,
Sovereign citizens seem not to-
1864
Concealment of identity.
at gmail.com.
You said 1854?
1864 at gmail.com.
Okay. Good, thanks for clarifying that. I'm sorry.
I don't respect cops and things are bad as a crown.
Yeah, this thing's just shaking so much because of my tremors. Alright. So, my public records request, I would like to know who the ADA Title II coordinator is.
Rich?
This gentleman here is from a local newspaper.
These are incredibly good questions here. The ADA coordinator. Whoa. They never saw that coming. They're like, oh, fuck.
Damn, yeah, that's shit. It raises great questions and it puts more responsibility on them, right? What do you think?
Yeah, well, the thing is that you got to remember that it's not the sheriff's department that kidnapped me. I mean, they did, but it was the Farmington Police Department that kidnapped me, right? And the police department and the sheriff are two different gangs. Okay, so all this heat is coming on the sheriff's department and the jail staff when they're not the ones who kidnapped me for talking in America, right? They don't want that smoke. They didn't do that. And so now they're going to get mad at Farmington PD, right? Guaranteed. The sheriff's department, it's fucking on right now with Farmington PD. They ain't happy with it, right? Because now all this shit's coming down on them. They're like, we didn't do this. But they did do it. They're trying to use the Nuremberg defense. It wasn't me. Yeah, it was fucking you. Okay? You're doing it too. But, you know, they're all in on it, right? Every one of them. It takes all of them to do this.
It's,
Right? None of them say it wasn't me. Excuse.
right. Especially if they made you sit there handcuffed for 48 hours, right?
Oh, among other things that we haven't even got to yet.
Word.
I mean, if we want to talk about that, yeah. I mean, in order to get me, before the 48 hours was up, they tried to, two of the COs, or DOs, they call them, detention officers, so DOs, they tried to pick me up using a pain compliance wrist lock, right? And did all kinds of damage to my shoulder and elbow, right? That will probably never go away, right? So, like the angry vet was saying, I mean, don't try this at home. Like, don't do that, unless you're really willing to die on your hill, right? If you have a hill, I mean, I have a hill. I'm not going to say a name. They wanted me to say a name. There's no option for me. That's my high ground. That's just my beliefs, Your beliefs are your beliefs. But everybody has their high ground. And when somebody asks you to do something that you're not willing to do, that's go time, right? For everybody. Everybody understands that.
Very true.
For this
Got a penny here.
entity, this detention center, I should have one.
It's heads up.
I'd like their name, I would like, how long they've been employed here,
Okay.
and I would like their salary
Try something, local newspapers.
No, that's, no, okay, but that doesn't.
and their certification.
Vigilance. Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon.
Let me think.
Yeah. Lot of ex-relatives.
I would like also.
Very true. Tack.
Sergeant
Very true.
Thompson's full name,
Okay.
Sponsors a lot of channels. Absolutely. Everybody here is right.
how long she's been employed here at this
So
facility.
this is actually the first wave of protest. The bigger wave is gonna be coming.
And I would like her salary as well.
So can you say your name, your.
And then who is in charge of this facility?
We have an administrator,
What's their name?
Mr. Webb.
I'm looking for, another one, that's probably in charge of the.
Pause it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the administrator, Mr. Webb and shit. What a weaselly wanker that guy is. He came into my my throne, and he tried to actually spoon feed me some nasty ass cereal mixed with water and shit. The guy's fucking nuts, right? Just a total fucking Jimmy Jacker, a two-faced, double-talking, mealy-mouthed jive turkey, if I've ever met one. And he has an army of minions that he will send in one after another to poke and fraud and just, continue to try and get answers, right? Because they wanted answers. They wanted to know, what I'm allergic to, or like what if I have medical conditions, if I have gang affiliations, if I have religious requirements, right? They don't know how to take care of you. And if you don't tell them, they are fucked. And you might be fucked too, right? Me, I'm willing to die, right? But people never die. So don't worry about that.
Oh, shit.
Of the other corrections officers here, what was his name?
Sovereign citizens.
Starts with an SH, I believe.
Shuttleworth?
Shuttleworth, yes.
That's myself.
Oh, you're Shuttleworth?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. You used to be a sheriff here, right?
Not a sheriff, no.
Sheriff's deputy.
No,
No? Where were you a sheriff's deputy?
I was never a sheriff's deputy.
You were never a sheriff?
You're not Robert Shuttlesworth?
You're
No?
not Robert Shuttlesworth?
I am.
You didn't get no DWI last year?
I was not a sheriff's deputy.
No, you didn't get no DWI last year?
I was not a sheriff's deputy.
You're not answering my
What was
question.
your capacity when you were arrested for a DWI?
What do you mean
You
by
were
that?
working with.
But it's big.
Yeah, I was a police officer.
What's that?
Four Corners nailed him. He knew, right? He got a DWI on the sheriff's department and shit. See, that
No
guy is
shit.
acting real professional, and he was very professional the whole time I was there. We had a lot of problems.
It was,
with all these DOs and their fucking dumbness.
Let me correct you. It was under the Farmington Police Department, but the sheriffs are the ones that caught him.
Yeah, he was on Farmington PD at the time.
But the sheriffs are the ones that
The sheriff
him.
caught him. Okay, but see, that takes somebody that is familiar in their community, like Four Corners, that Man, Four Corners. This guy, I call him the tracking triballer. That's his badge. This guy is an Indian tracker from way back. When you have a fucking Indian tracker on your trail, you're fucked. Right? You are fucked. And he tracked this guy down. Right? And just nailed him.
And you know why I knew? You know how come I knew it was him? Because he was when I was in there for the charges that Cuss Harder got charged with, he made the news, the local news on the Action 7 channel news, and we were all watching it. All the inmates were watching it when he got arrested for. He had his kids with him too, the minors, and the charges were dropped. I don't know how come he became
the charges were dropped.
Yes, it just swept under the rug.
That's interesting because while I was locked to that chair in booking, they brought in a girl for drunk driving, and they charged her with child abuse.
Wow.
In addition to the drunk driving.
Damn. Can't make this shit up. Holy fuck.
She was devastated. And you know what they asked her? These are the questions that they asked. They're like, are you thinking about killing yourself? Do you have anything more important going on in your life than the current legal situation you're in now? These are the questions they ask, right? They're like, do you have anything to look forward to? Like, who comes up with these questions? They are designed to try and make you hurt yourself. Like,
yeah, dude.
They are threatening. What the fuck? Do you have anything more important going on in your life than your current legal situation? Get the fuck out of here. And everybody's answering these questions like they ain't nothing. You're telling them what they can take from you. Right? And then they say, do you have anything to look forward to? Man, you tell them what you have to look forward to, guaranteed they're going to take it from you. Okay?
Utah cop what says
you can't be telling them.
He got a DUI with his 2 kids in the back seat.
Right. Correct.
Damn. But the girl, she gonna get child endangerment, but not this cop. He gets that privilege, the extra privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and a job now as a DO.
I just don't.
Right, like what the fuck? They're detention officers, is what it says on their badge.
Right.
And they stick to that too. I'm like, you guys are kidnapping. They're like, no, we only detain. I'm like, have you lost your mind? Like, once somebody goes to jail, we're beyond detainment. Like, I mean, they are so like manipulative, though, you know, in their minds, how they get distant from what they're doing, right? Like, oh, we're just detaining you. Oh, really? To a chair for 48 hours in a room with no bathroom, with no water for 7 days? Well, 6 days in my case, right?
Fuck. Keep playing the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where at?
For the city of Farmington, so not a deputy.
Okay.
So you're the one that got a DWI last year, right?
So that's personal stuff for me. You guys are more than willing to go to NM courts for stuff like that if you guys have.
I'm in Tri-City record. Your first name is Robert?
Yeah.
And your title, your rank or your title?
If I'm not mistaken, this is Robert
right now?
Shuttlesworth that got a DWI last year and he's still working here.
Wow.
With the Farmington Police
Fucking
Department.
hell.
Yeah. Shuttle.
I would also
Out fucking standing job, Four Corner. Holy shit. Good fucking job, bro.
Yeah, he made the news. We were all watching it when I was in there for the same charges Cuss Harder had. He made the news. We were all watching it as inmates. You know, he was slumped over in a chair. He was still pretty buzzed when they showed him on the local news.
No shit. Moderators, if you can get fucking Four Corners channel link and put it in the chat. Everybody go subscribe to Four Corner for that.
And while we're shouting peace out, I remembered some more. The Reluctant Prophet, Midwest Accountability, Touch Police Suck, Tucson Toe Tag, Tempe Against Police Violence, Michelle's Mobile Media,
Westside.
Truth Be Told Audits. I mean, I already mentioned Westside, but so many more were pulling strings and making calls and shit. And,
Yeah.
you know,
I got a lot of I got a lot of
Yeah.
messages from everyone, as a matter of fact. Midwest Accountability let me know immediately. I didn't get that text till the morning though, but Reluctant Prophet asked me also if I was gonna go live And so yeah, bro, there's a lot of fucking names you just mentioned, and everybody played a part to try to help you out, and that's fucking dope as fuck, bro. Good shit. Good job,
Yeah, I
everybody.
know that police got Freeman, involved, and that's what we do, right? That's what we do, because all those names that I named, they're all in the union, right? And they're in the union for a reason, because they care about this union, right? They don't just care about themselves, right? They want, to help everybody, to promote the common defense,
There's a
right? That's what people say.
let me see. I think it's Stephanie Jenks.
Oh, hell yeah, Stephanie Jenks.
I seen her. Oh yeah. She says there's a
And
video.
also count.
Oh word.
Yes.
Stephanie says there's a video out there of the body cam of your arrest. Have you seen that yet?
The body cam? I haven't seen that. That'd be super quick. If you got a body cam video already, help.
Just for transparency,
He got
requested
it?
No, he requested it, and they told him it wasn't available yet. A couple days after he got arrested,
Right.
they told him that it's not available for release yet.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But if any of the
Yeah,
moderators,
press for transparency.
Stephanie Jenks, you're showing up in the chat on my computer, but you're not showing up in the chat on my phone. I don't know why in the fuck. So let's go click again. There you are. I'm going to make you a moderator, Stephanie Jenks, and if you can, drop the link so we could check it out. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Your jacket here, everything public about you.
Oh. Not your arrest. My bad. Of the cop's arrest. This cop.
Oh, okay. That's probably another video, but he got nailed. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we won't watch that right now. But fucking drop me the
I mean,
link
I don't think
anyways.
that. We're getting the weed if we start going there. Like, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. Drop me the video link anyways. But yeah, I want to see that shit.
I mean, that would be a good video to make.
No shit. No
Especially if
kidding.
Nate Street.
Right,
Like that.
because
that's more of the guys, right?
well, yeah.
Or San Joaquin Jr. is that,
Yeah, like, why is this
Can't-
cop
can't
still
be
a
on-
cop? Right? Yeah.
Well, he's not a cop anymore. Now he's a used to be a cop.
Sergeant.
Well, shit, he's still in a
A
position.
used to be.
He's still in a fucking law,
Yeah, just the same thing.
right?
Just the
Position.
same thing. Oh, this guy was, participating in the rib cracking, for sure. Oh yeah.
Word. All right, I'll keep playing the video.
And your salary and date of
We
hire.
had sergeants and everything actually letting us know, yes, he is eating, no, he's not eating, but no, we're not
date
eating.
of hire.
We're just giving him. So this HIPAA thing is.
And you said
they don't-
salary,
They don't even
correct?
understand
Yes.
this at all.
Okay.
And the capacity that you work in, what is your actual title here?
I'm a shift supervisor for day shift.
Shift supervisor for day shift. Okay. And Sergeant
Thank you, Stephanie. I got it.
Thompson's not available right now?
No.
Okay. No worries on that. And you do understand that you are responsible for all inmates' health and safety in this facility?
We do provide custody care for all of our detainees. Yes. Custody care and control.
Okay, so you have a John Doe in your facility right now here, correct?
We do.
Okay. He does go by the people.
Okay.
That's his name. And so I would like to do a welfare check on him right now.
Okay.
And so can you
Nice.
tell me, are you feeding him?
We offer food.
You're just offering food?
So he is in our care, custody, and control
Care, custody, control, what does that mean?
of our facility.
Kill him with kindness, guys.
He gets offered 3 meals a day, just like every other detainee would.
So he's offered meals?
Yep.
Okay, but you're not feeding him?
Can you be more specific?
Well, whenever he's incarcerated, he does not participate with his incarceration. He does not resist, but he also does not assist. And so while he's in your facility, you have to take care of him. And so he won't physically feed himself. So you're going to have to. Do you understand me?
I hear what you're saying, yes.
So you hear what I'm saying, but you're not going to do that?
Come on out.
He's been in here for a week, right? Has he been eating?
I heard what you're saying. He does, he's under care of our medical staff right now.
Medical staff? So you haven't fed him in the week then, that he's been here?
Go ahead.
So he is being offered food.
He's being offered food, but you haven't fed him, correct?
He is being
I'm
offered.
not interrupting nothing, ma'am. I moved out
And
of
so
the
he's
way.
under the care
Don't do that. We're here
of medical
peacefully.
staff right now?
Period.
Well, we do have medical staff here, yes.
Do you have an IV in
Not
him?
here to obstruct nobody.
Don't know.
You don't know?
We're here for our friends and we want you
And
guys
you're
to
not feeding
be
him
civil
physically,
to
like
us.
putting a
You're
spoon
not
of food
above
in his
us.
mouth and you're not giving him water in his mouth? You're offering water, but if he doesn't drink it, then that's his fault, right?
We are offering it to him.
You're offering. And when you took him into the courtroom.
So listen, he has gone to court. He did go to court yesterday.
Did he walk or did you have to carry him?
We just wheelchaired him there. But he went to court. He did, the judge spoke with him. He chose not to speak with the judge.
Right? He's remaining silent.
He does, I believe, have a public,
Right.
he does, I believe, have a public defender who intends to speak with him today.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly at what time.
All right.
But I believe until he provides his identity, the Farmington Municipal Court is.
What if he doesn't have
is
an
holding
identity?
him.
What if he's never been in the system? What if
You're
he's never had a
gonna
social
have to get
security
with the Farmington Municipal Court on that.
So if let's say if I was to provide you with his name and date of birth, will he be released?
That would assist us, I believe.
But
Assist you in his
but he'll
release?
be released a lot faster?
It would assist us, I believe.
He's smart, he doesn't want to answer the questions to get in trouble. Yeah, but yeah, so you're pretty much holding him until someone gives out a name for him.
So you've
Well,
kidnapped
the
another
courts are holding
resident's name.
Respecting the law.
Yeah, if you guys got court questions, you guys have to get with the Farmington Municipal Court.
Well, to let you know, so we understand that you're saying that you offer food, but you guys are just watching him die slowly and not doing anything about it, because we're letting you know that he will not feed himself, and it's your responsibility to keep him alive and with good health. It's your guys' responsibility. The Farmington Police Department gave you guys the full responsibility of his health and not them, so you guys are responsible to keep him alive.
Yep,
So
he is in our care
so if
custody.
he's not eating and you're offering the food, it's two different things. So you guys have to help
Again, we're
him
not
eat.
here for normal
Okay,
citizens.
I appreciate that information.
So
Fuck
letting
yeah.
you guys know, you guys will be
It's not
put in
the first time
notice,
you've received that information, is it?
putting you guys
Can
in
you guys let
notice.
her
Oh,
walk
sorry,
by,
ma'am.
please? Thank you, I appreciate it.
Putting you guys in
So this door
notice.
right here, guys, just so you guys are aware, this is used for legal visits and stuff. so-
Yeah, we don't care
I know,
about them.
I know.
We care about you.
No, I'm just saying, just to let them walk through.
Yeah. So, so we're, just to let you guys know, you guys are responsible for his life, 100%,
Yes, we are.
okay? Did you say ma'am?
I said, yes, we are.
Oh, I thought I said yes,
No,
ma'am.
no,
Like,
no.
alright. And can I just get your name? I know you told them, but,
Sergeant Shuttleworth.
okay, thank you.
I'd also like to add to my public records request right now. I would like your body cam footage for this encounter.
My body cam footage.
Yes.
For
I'd
right
also
now.
like a fee schedule for this facility
You're not here for that.
on body cam footage.
Say that again?
Fee schedule at this facility for body cam footage.
You said the schedule?
Fee
Oh,
schedule,
fee
yes.
schedule. What do you mean by
So I
that?
want to know what you're supposed to charge and what you're going to charge.
What do you mean?
Sometimes it can be two different things. I've been trying to get body cam footage from a facility up in Utah, and they want to charge me $5,000 for 40 minutes of footage. So.
I
that's
believe
the
our,
reason
I believe
I'm
our
asking
FOIA
for
requests
a
are
fee
free.
schedule.
I can confirm that for you if you'd like to.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Out fucking standing work.
And it's Shuttleworth, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any kind of like a badge number or anything like that?
No, I don't have any badge numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't get issued business cards. or anything
All right,
like that.
so you're not an actual officer anymore then?
No, sir. Not like a certified law enforcement officer.
Right.
That's what you're asking.
Yeah, yesterday we were told if we gave a name that he would be released.
Well, the judge wants a name.
But we were told that he would be released
They just gotta confirm his
out of your
identity.
custody if we would give a name. That's
So
what.
they just gotta confirm his identity, and then he's gotta.
So we were lied to.
Then he's gotta do a plea of guilty or not guilty.
Thanks, Howard.
And then they can get him on out of here.
Well, usually it's 72 hours that you put on hold for somebody like this. So why has he been in here for?
So, like I said, with that information, you're gonna have to get with the courts. They're holding them.
Okay.
You're gonna have to get with the courts on that one,
All right,
okay?
so I guess our next stop would be to the courts.
I would say so.
So I appreciate that. Appreciate your help and your professionalism today. And you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Say again? Say that last part again, I'm sorry.
Said have a wonderful. Go ahead.
Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you. You want to hold on to that?
Got Pose here. Say hi, Pose. Pose the wheel. And I'll have command the channel.
Okay, we're not here. Have a good day, man.
Moderators, if you can, drop everyone's channel link that was out there. I want to make sure we give everybody love and support, and showing them support for showing people support. So
Yeah, so that's Utah Cop Watch, the Vigilance Committee, Mile High Community Watch Channel, Postoe,
Leo.
and Leo. Oh,
Yeah.
Postoe and Leo. That's the name of the channel. Postoe and Leo. That's hard to spell. How do you spell that? Do you remember? POS
WIOIE or something like that. Postoe.
WOIE and Leo. It might be a hard channel to find. I'm not sure.
Mile High Community Watch as well.
Community channel.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
a community channel.
good shit, man.
It's the name.
Make
Yeah.
sure everybody's channel link is up there, and if one of you guys has my email or phone number, and drop me a fucking text or something with all the links, so I could just copy and paste, help me make my job easier, damn it.
Right now, okay, two things that Sergeant Shuttleworth is one, but what Cliff and Utah Cop Watch are talking to him about like you have to feed me, right? Well, I mean, I'm not going to let you feed me, okay? That's not going to work, but they are required to feed me. They're unable to, and they don't know what I eat, right? So they can't just feed me unless they know if I'm allergic to it, right? And they can't just let me die either, right? But because he said all that, he was very influential and convincing, and that's when Mr. Webb, the administrator, came in and tried to feed me cereal. So it clearly had an impact, right? Like that got their asses moving right there. I knew something big had happened that day. I didn't know that it was this though, but this lit a fire under their ass big time, right? And that did get him to come in and actually try that. It didn't work. I mean, if you're going to try and bribe somebody with food, bring a steak. With water? Are you kidding? Put a piece of pizza in front of my face. Like, what the hell?
Fuck yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, a triple baconator from Wendy's. Go large. Don't be scared and shit. Don't be scared.
I'm over here feeling hungry now. I feel like a bitch because you went all those days without eating. Fuck.
You'd be surprised what you can do when you're on your high ground. I would never be able to do that if I wasn't on the high ground, right? If I was like somewhere where I didn't care about, if I had something better to do, then I should have been doing something better to do. But I didn't have a goddamn thing better to do than to go fuck with the San Juan County justice or whatever they call themselves. They had it coming and shit. Like, I mean, we can go again right now. Like, I'm ready. They want another 8 days out of me. Like, let's go, guys.
They don't want
no part of this shit now, bro. They don't want no part of this shit. But, you know.
You think the police out there are gonna act differently or the same?
They're gonna act differently, but not necessarily in a good way or anything. You know, I don't go looking for problems, right? But I'm sure they've got the message that they better not bring me back there. Unless there's there better be a real good goddamn fucking reason, right? Like, they better need stitches or something. You know, I'm thinking it's probably the message that the sheriff sent. Because the sheriff is a much bigger gang than the police.
Right.
Right? And, you know, they don't want this shit. Right? Otherwise, they wouldn't have wheeled me out. If they wanted me, I'd still be there.
Right.
They don't want me.
Thank you, Four Corners, for that information of Mr. Butterworth there.
Butterworth?
He was arrested for DWI.
Is he here?
As a former
That's him,
police
that we were
officer.
talking to.
That's him
Oh, the
right
one we
there.
were
Yeah.
talking to?
Yes.
He won't admit it. He won't admit it. He said it's personal information. It's all public.
It's all
So he,
That happened,
Robert-
that happened within the last year, didn't
last
it?
year, yeah.
Person-
Robert Shuttlesworth.
If me and you.
Robert Shuttlesworth is the name of the. He was
It's
a.
public, it's out there.
Look really like it on this video.
Say what?
I just asked Four Corners. This is really it on this video. He has another video after this where they go to the police station, and I guess they try to go to the court, but that didn't. You didn't go in. Tell them what happened at the court.
Municipal courts, because it's got a paper up on there, and they didn't see it doesn't have no state statute. It's not valid, but they put it. I've been in there multiple times, Press for Transparency and I, but they put a paper up there saying that there's no videotaping or filming inside there, and I let the Vigilance Committee and Youth of Cop Watch know. So they decided not to go in because they thought Freeman was going to be on his way. They wanted to wait, but we found out Freeman wasn't going to come anytime soon. So,
But then you went to the Farmington PD.
yeah.
Okay, is that the next video on your channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
If you
not
got
this
time and
one?
you want to go to that?
Is it this one that
So
I'm
it says
in?
municipal court.
Yeah, municipal court.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you know about what timestamp?
Should we skip forward to something? But
I'd say about 12:31. Oh, it's wherever. Yep.
tell them when to stop. When you get to the police station, is that what you want to see? Is this the
Keep-
police station or the court?
This is the police station. We didn't go into court.
Okay, so you went, so like back up to where they get to that girl, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
Right
the
here?
first conversation you have?
Okay.
Police.
I
policies and
haven't
procedures.
seen any of this, so this is a surprise for me.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
Chief Head is the chief here.
Do you know Jim's badge number by chance, offhand?
I don't know.
Okay.
Message, ladies. Excuse me.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Yeah, can we get Officer Jemmett's badge number?
Officer Jemmett no longer works here.
He does not work here no more?
No,
When did
sir.
he retire?
He did not retire. I can't tell you. I'm not sure when his last day was, but I can find out for you if you would like me to.
But he doesn't work for San Juan County no more?
Not that I'm aware of, no. He does not work for FPD, but I'm not sure if he works for San Juan County.
Okay, there's no information you can give us on Jemmett, where he moved
Not that I
to?
know of. We can find out from HR, but not that I know of.
Well, if you can find that out real quick, I'd
I
like to know.
can, yeah, I can see if I can find out.
Appreciate it, thank you.
So, how am I gonna do, what should I be putting about?
She's gonna find out where, he said that, it sounds like he's still within the San Juan County, but she's gonna get the information.
He's not on the Farmington Police Department no more.
No, that's what she said.
Let's see here. I gotta be creative on this complaint. There's so many, where do we start?
So whatever you can think of,
Ooh, the
right?
blue line flag.
There you go. You guys seen a thin blue line flag out just a while ago. Showed it to you guys.
How's the live doing, y'all? We still got a clear.
Yeah, that's
audio,
actually a good,
video.
clear live stream. Four Corner. Back the blue man. Fuck
Appreciate
that.
that, gentlemen.
Not you, the Four Corner. Not. I wasn't flipping you off.
MET.
I wasn't flipping you off, bro. I was flipping off the stupid sign. Oh shit! He gets off. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Not you, brother. Not you.
Right on, man.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, look at this stupid fucking propaganda piece right here. What the fuck? Who paid for that?
But notice that Four Corners is in their fucking ass again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, surprise, boom, he's pulling out this other thing. Like, when they say that they can't tell you where he went, that means he fucked up. Right? He no longer works there anymore.
Right.
He didn't retire. See, the way he phrased that, he's like, oh, when did he retire? You know, he didn't say, oh, did he retire? He's just like, you know, give them the answer they want, and then they can't agree to it.
Right. I'll do a video on that. I'll do a video on that. And I'll include this as well. So I'm glad we're watching this. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Who you're asking about? Stephanie James. What do you guys think about that sign?
Fucking propaganda.
Quandary report. Good to see you here. Luis Bean Angels, Center Brigade.
Real heroes don't wear capes.
Gang sign. Sarah Brigade.
They break the law and get away with
Gang
it.
badge. Thin blue line.
Okay, I mean, it's simple, guys. Here's my complaint. Blue line flag.
Oh, that's
It needs to be taken down right there.
Robert Shuttlesworth. Stephanie Jinks. Robert Shuttlesworth.
Go.
You want to show the people? Or
Well, yeah, my chicken scratch is horrible.
this is a complaint on Farmington, so we've got a complaint of the Thin Blue Line flag.
So this is what I wrote, because I started with Jim, it's complaint, I had to cross that out since he's not here no more, but the blue line flag is offensive and needs to be taken down. We're all American, not gangs.
Hell yeah.
I think you could probably hear me better on this one than on this one, but if you go right next door at HR, they can go ahead and get you all that information. I'm not sure exactly who you'll talk to next door, but anybody there, you can go ahead and ask all that information on Jemmett. His first name was Ben.
Ben Jemmett?
Ben Jemmett,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Damn, Jimmy, I'm glad he's gone. He had a beating stick. It was horrible. We're out of that. No, don't be sorry, it's not your fault. Is there a supervisor or something I could talk to?
Actually, the records and evidence supervisor, is there a specific type of
Okay.
supervisor?
Well, this is my complaint here. I feel your blue line flag separates us as a community. Okay? No, don't be sorry. But it needs to be taken down, man. We should be all under the American flag.
So our American flag is out there, sir.
Yeah, I know, but you still got the blue line flag out there, man. I mean, how do I put this? If we're gonna be community, the police department, I'm not saying you necessarily, can't separate us. Okay, and that's what I feel. You're separating us from the community when you put that blue line flag. And plus, it's a desecration of the American flag. You know what I mean? And that's just how I feel. I'm not here to argue with you. I hope you take it in consideration. I hope you take this to your supervisors. And
So I am more than happy to pass along anything that you have and that you feel that you want.
She's more than happy to pass it along. She just doesn't give a fuck about your argument, sir. I just had to throw that in there.
That's Mile High Community Watch right there, or Mile High Community Channel. Did we get the proper name of the channel?
That's Mile
Did
High
anybody find it
Community.
and drop it?
That's a Mile High Community Channel, right?
That's what I want to make sure of the exact name, because I'm not sure if we're getting it right. Has any mod dropped that link yet, or
He's in the
have we
chat.
found this channel?
Yeah, he's in the chat now.
Oh, it's not. Okay. Well, hell yeah, let's get his link out there. He's doing a great job.
Yeah,
I love
moderators.
attacking them about that.
No doubt. Moderators slap his link in there. Slap
Yeah,
his.
I tried to meet him when I was in Puebla. We didn't get to meet up, but We will. We will.
Cool. Hell yeah. Moderators, if you guys can get Mile High's channel link in there and drop it. Appreciate you as well, Mile High community channel, for going in there and supporting Press On. Yeah.
Go ahead and
Right.
submit.
And
Do you have any type of email that you want?
yeah, I put an email down there.
Okay.
Sorry about the chicken scratch, but
Exciting, you are good.
okay, thank you. But again, I appreciate your professionalism, but at the same time, we need to take that flag down.
You
Guys,
better-
be part of the community.
Would you like me to timestamp this and give you your call?
Yeah, please.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
Let her know why we're really here. We got one of our
Oh yeah,
Free press.
I'll mention it to her.
has been taken hostage.
And just one more thing, I'm not gonna write no more on the complaint, but your officers need to start following the Constitution and treating the citizens with respect. I'm not saying I'm all doing it. Like your community service, I've been down
What's
here
up,
3
Cliff?
times. Your community service young ladies do a good job, but the officers think they're above us, and we're just done with it.
Thank you, brother.
They'll just give us a ticket for that, or just pull us over for this and that. Where's the presumption of innocence? It's like, I mean, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, man, but at the same time, this is how I feel. I've drove 7 hours down here to put this out, okay? And I've drove down here before. I had a problem with Jimmy before. Yeah, you guys got to do better, man.
We got some.
You're doing great, Kennedy. I appreciate that, and I appreciate your professionalism. I mean, we get a lot of, we go into these offices and they, hold on.
No, I think they have a different entrance. I don't know. I think that's employee entrance only. Just go through the main doors of the court. Just let them know you need code compliance, okay?
Thank you.
But I've been down here 3 times. I've been down here for this gentleman. They
know
took
me.
7 officers. This guy works hard for a living. 7 officers to go arrest him at work because of ego. And it's on film. It's out there. And I know you know it's out there, okay? Let's just do better, guys. You want us, I'm not against law enforcement. I'm just against bad law enforcement. And the law enforcement officers, when they get that badge and they think it's a crown, shoot, we kicked out the British how many years ago? Right? So
now we got a free press, somebody that was exercising his right in there, being held hostage again.
yeah. And all he did was speak his mind. He wasn't like in the stop. He wasn't
obstructing.
He wasn't obstructing. The officer thought it was obstruction because of free speech, but that's something we have as Americans, same as you.
They get their feelings hurt here. We know that they enforce their feelings a lot, and especially when they see themselves on my channel.
Sorry guys, but you're fucking totally interrupting her Candy Crush time. Fuck, she would rather be somewhere else sitting down playing Candy Crush. I mean, you can't bother her with this bullshit Constitution talk, guys. Come on now. She know better than that.
Right, but it is necessary because the audience cares, right? And
Yeah.
He's sending somebody over. I might not know who they are, but he's bringing somebody over onto our side,
Yeah.
right now, right? And
I'm
it's
just-
because of showing how she's acting.
I'm just repeating some of the comments I get.
Yeah.
I like to sit there and tell cops exactly what they do wrong in their departments and their policy violations and all the shit that they do. I like doing that. So yeah, I'm just saying that's exactly what is happening. What the look on her face tells me, like, fucking.
Yeah,
save
she
her.
gives 0 fucks.
0 fucks given. Yeah.
They really get upset and they take it out on me. They should be changing their ways around, being more professional and saying hi to the camera and saying hi to me. And I know that you guys they're using my videos. They admit it that they're using my videos and they're.
I don't ever mind being on your videos. I don't ever mind saying hello to
See that?
cameras, and I appreciate you coming by and coming to see us and taking the time to fill these out. I don't mind sending these up, and thank you for taking the time to come and see us. So I'll go ahead and make sure that your complaint gets taken upstairs and that they see what you have to say, okay?
I hope so,
I
ma'am.
appreciate that. Appreciate
There
you
you
being
go.
professional today.
Thank you
That's
very
me.
much. You have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there we go. We got the complaining in. Jim, it's gone now. That's good news.
She straight went into robotic default mode. It's just programmed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how they are. They're absolute robots. You can't get hired in the government if you're not a robot,
Right.
right? Because you have to be malleable. Your mind has to be able to be shaped by them, you know, very easily, right? Military is ex-military. Obviously, you know their mind can be shaped because the government's already done it once, right? So, you know, they're an excellent candidate to be a police officer, right? Because you've already taught them that it's not murder if you're killing an enemy combatant, that that's somehow different, right? It's still murder, but in their minds, they can disassociate from that. So, you know, they can disassociate and be like, oh, we didn't kidnap one of the people, we arrested a subject, right? Subjects don't mean shit to us in our minds. But when we say people, that carries righteousness with it, okay? Don't overuse the people word, right? You know, people are people, and they're not, you know, it's not normal. So don't try and normalize people, because they're not normal. They're not reasonable. They're peaceable, right? And it's not reasonable to be peaceable all the time. They're allowed to breach the peace if they have justifiable reasons, just like any citizen can breach the peace in defense of their life or the life of another, right? If they have justifiable reason. But no amount of reason will justify one of the people breaching the peace, right? Like Martin Luther King, I mean, didn't give a fuck about all your reasons, okay? Malcolm X, he does care about reasons, right? But, you know, Martin Luther King never died, and Malcolm X is fading from history real fast. Like, a lot of people have never heard of Malcolm X these days, but everybody's heard of Martin Luther
Word. Yep.
King in this country and worldwide.
Anything else you want to say?
I don't know if they're recording. I do want to go to the comments on your video and address some of those at your pleasure, but you know, I know there's great comments on your channel. The live stream you made was such a great video, and I encourage all of you to go watch that in its entirety if you haven't yet on San Joaquin Valley Transparency. I call him Stan the Man or El Presidente and shit. You know, but
we can go through some of the comments right here real quick.
There.
Yeah, some of them, not all of them, but you know, you choose some.
Let me
But I think this has been a great stream.
So yeah. Let me see. How can a judge create a buffer zone around a courthouse when they only have power inside the courtroom? Oh, that was for Bao. I think I covered Bao afterwards.
But I'll speak to that because Bao, free Bao. Okay, this is fucking ridiculous. Is he still in jail?
No, he's
still
out.
in jail, right?
No, he's out.
Oh, he's out now?
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah. Well, a judge cannot create a buffer zone, but they can yell and scream and pontificate and make you scared to death to cross that line, right? And if you're scared to death to cross that line, which Bao obviously wasn't, fuck yeah, rock on Bao. I love Bao. He's hilarious as shit too. And the man was saying that he really respects his work, and I really do too. I love Bao.
Yeah, shout out
Fuck
to Bao.
yeah.
No doubt. A few minutes in, what's going on? Who, what, where, when, why, and how? Farmington, you say? I reside in Farmington, Michigan. Oh, okay. Oh, this woman says, that poor woman goes through a horrible experience. Then she has YouTubers filming outside. I'm sorry, but interference is not just a physical act. And what that unhinged piece of shit was doing was interfering. Four Corner is just pathetic, and I'm sure I'll either be jumped on and called a bootlicker, but I'm simply exercising my First Amendment. First of all, I'll just say this. I didn't see any woman. So is she talking about an invisible woman? Because I didn't see anybody in your video or any of the live streams. I don't know if she was in there, if she was inside the apartment in the hallway. I don't know. But if she's in public, she's in public. But I didn't see anybody. Was there anybody? Did you see anyone?
I didn't quite hear what is going on. Wait, a woman where? When?
So basically, this comment is reading that a poor woman goes through a horrible experience. Then she has YouTubers filming outside.
Okay. The call that we were filming, right at the beginning of the video, which I don't think you really showed that part, but at the beginning of the video, the whole point of the call was there was a lady claiming that she had been kidnapped in that apartment and held against her will. Okay, she wasn't claimed that she was sexually assaulted, like they were insinuating, but she was claiming that she was held there against her will. And when she tried to leave, he threatened her that he was going to kill her if she left, right? And that was her claim, okay? And, you know, when I first started filming her, she didn't want me to film, but the police corrected her and let her know that I could, right? And, you know, I wasn't trying to mess with her, but, you know, just because somebody says they're a victim, okay, you can't just take their words for it. You've got to document everything, right? But I think that that's what he's talking about, right? So she had a horrible experience, all right? But they're standing in public. We're filming. Yes, I could hear, kind of, I was trying to ear hustle, but we're 15 feet away, you know? But nevertheless, like, we're way past that at this point.
Right.
Okay, like, we're trying to get the film of them, like, going in and getting this guy, which they never did, apparently, right? I don't know what happened at the end of that. I haven't seen all that, but I know nobody got arrested except me, right? So, you know, no criminals went to jail that night.
Right. No shit.
Right? No kidnapper.
For the record, says, wish I could have watched it live. No name, no jurisdiction, no charges. He lives in his body, so no address. Press Harder is unique for the reasons above and knows the law, our rights. He is on another level of freedom. I agree with that.
Yeah. Thank you. Those are nice words, man.
Yep. I think that's about it on the comments. There's a few more, but a lot of them are just, you know, saying they're here, you know, keep up the good work. Four Corners, shout out. Ripple Effect says what's up. So, yeah, man. Anything else you want to say, bro, before we shut it down?
I mean, thank you, you know, everybody for getting involved, right? It's just a beautiful thing, man. And we are taking this thing that we do to the next level. You got to remember that it's in its infancy. It's really only 5 to 10 years old. And we got to start thinking 25 years ahead, you know, and we got to adapt. And the government is going to adapt with us, but we have to stay in front of this whole thing. Right. And, you know, now thanks to Sam the Man here, El Presidente, we've got a literal army around this country of channels. And some of them have crashed and burned, but a lot of them have fought the good fight and stayed in there. And now we are going to legion up. Right. And we are going to form
A more perfect union.
Yeah, you're always finishing my sentences, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, thank you.
That's a good spot to stop, man. And, I mean, you get the final word, but this has been a great stream, and thank you all for being in here today.
Thank you for all you do, bro. Thank you for all you've done and continue to do for the people as well. And I really personally appreciate your work, your words, your philosophy. And I don't forget some of the things that you say, and I end up implementing it in some of my work. So I think we should all continue to learn from each other, and I think you are one to learn from. So thank you.
And I apologize. I do have to say one more thing. Nate Skates 182. He might be the last one I'm shouting out, but definitely not the least, right? Nate Skates 182 made a great video on your main channel, and thank you for that. That was a big surprise when I saw that, and I hear his voice, and I'm like, hell yeah, bro. I love you, Nate Skates. You know,
yeah, cool.
yeah.
Let's give Four Corners a chance to speak as well. Anything he wants to say?
He's not here right next to me
left
anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you all the supporters who did something, went out of your way to help people here. And again, bro, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad to catch you on this live stream, bro. Thank you all for watching. Yeah.
Yeah.